Okay, so now I've copied the graph, the piecewise graph from Desmos. Desmos graphed this one half x squared if x is less than 3 and 3x minus 3 if x is greater than or equal to 3. So I copied and pasted it from Desmos to my whiteboard here. So this is how it looked, right? Here's the 1 half x squared, but we had to erase everything to the right because it says where x is less than 3. 3 is right here. So we only can draw everything to the left of 3. This was the straight line that went up and down, but it says if x is greater than or equal to 3, so we could only draw everything to the right of 3, greater than or equal to, right, to the right of it. So the next thing we want to do is figure out the range, right, the range. So what does range mean? Range are all the y values, right, all the y values, bottom to top for a graph, going from the bottom to the top. So you have to start from the bottom of the graph. If you see the little cursor or pointer, and you say to yourself, where does this graph begin? Going from the bottom to the top. So I don't see anything down here, so it doesn't begin down here. It begins right here. And what is that y value, right? That y value is 0. If it's touching the x-axis, the y value is 0. And it's actually touching the x-axis, so we use a bracket. If it came very, very close and did not touch the 0, then we would use a parentheses. But we can see that it plainly touches the x-axis. So when it touches the x-axis, the y value is 0 as well, right? So then how far up does our graph go? Well, I had mentioned earlier that when you draw a parabola, the left and right part goes on forever. Well, we cut that right-hand part off, but we still have this left-hand part going up forever. And then this in black, this was the straight line that we had in blue on Desmos. This went down forever, but we cut that part off because of the piecewise function. And now it goes up. It still goes up forever. So when do they stop? When does your graph stop? Well, up here, right here is a little broken, but over here it's not. So it doesn't stop. It starts at 0 and it goes up. Where does it stop on the y-axis? Where would the y-axis have to stop? Well, if this goes on forever, the y-axis would have to go on forever to encompass this graph. So that means it doesn't stop at any particular number. It goes on forever to infinity. So infinity always uses a parentheses. It never uses a bracket or anything. Infinity always uses parentheses, and that's just by convention. So this is the range. The ranges are the y values from the bottom to top. Where does it begin? Where does your graph begin and end? Well, our graph begun at 0, and then it's going on forever, right? It's going up forever, up forever. So that means it ends at infinity. So therefore, this is the range.